Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nick, and this is my channel, Counter the Narrative. I like to do things a little different here. I like to talk about complex concepts and ideas, but break it down into analogies and real-life situations and emotions to help explain them. I like to relate concepts to everyday life to help others see something that they may not be able to see themselves. I relate it to an emotion or feeling they've encountered in reality. I prefer to do this instead of telling you what to do or throwing terms and labels at you. Only you know the best way to help your own life, and terms and labels put things in boxes or paint situations with broad brushstrokes. By the end, I promise you'll learn something new or see a different way to visualize everyday life. Hopefully even a slight change in perspective or even a major light bulb moment of, I never looked at it that way before. If you have one, please share it in the comments. I would love to hear it. Without any further ado, let's hit the intro and let's begin. So this one is going to be a little more personal, maybe a little harder for me to do, but I feel that it's necessary to get this out. But anyway, so let's go. What is Earth? Why am I here? What is my purpose? I've pondered this question so many times for all of my life. Why has this happened to me? Why has that happened to me? Why did this person leave me? The questions go on and on. I wondered why I was born in a situation that I was completely powerless in. Why did my dad leave when I was a kid? Why was my mom not fit to handle the situation? Why did my brothers take out everything that bothered them on me? Why in the fresh hell was I brought into this situation? I was taught that God loved me, and there was a higher power. Looking around the situation that I was in, the dilapidated house I lived in, that probably should have been condemned. Looking at my mom raising 3 boys, and only making $160 a week, just trying to survive. Why did we go without transportation, or even heating oil for our house? I'd ask myself, what kind of God is this? Did he forget about us? Is he punishing us? Is this truly hell, and we just have to endure it with the promise of being with God if we make it out? You see, as a child, you don't know there's people out there who actually have a good life and good upbringing. Love? What is that? After leaving right after graduating high school to go to college with my then girlfriend, now wife, we ran into every form of financial trouble and pretty much anything you can think of. Neither of us were prepared for the world. We didn't do drugs, we were nice to everyone, and never took advantage of others. Did what we could just to survive and not hurt others, yet we always got the brunt of everything and everyone. We were always there for others, but yet no one was ever there for us. I'd ask myself, what kind of God is this? Did he forget about us? To an unplanned pregnancy, to getting married, to every other obstacle a young couple can have with little to no backing from family. To say we've been through it is an understatement. In my early 20s, I figured out that government and media just might not be for the people. In my mid-20s, I started looking back on my life, which I'm now in my mid-30s. Dealing with the past traumas and pain that I stuffed down for years and years. Honestly, I have all but a minor handful of memories until I was 12, and none of them are good. It's been pretty much blacked out of my mind. I wanted to know why I was the way I was, why certain things made me angry, and why those situations didn't bother other people. I was always an observer of others, and always tried to figure out what made them tick. Maybe I could get some form of insight on how to live a better life. So onto the long path of self-awareness and what I now know is shadow work, an invisible force that controls your actions and emotions due to past traumas and situations. The mere act of rooting out and discarding old negative programming in your subconscious mind from childhood. I just wanted to know why. Why would God send me on this path? Or was it true, what I read, that there was no God, that God was merely an illusion? That it was just one life and done, and the government knows what's best. Was I going crazy? Was what I read and saw on the internet that said to question the media and government, was this all a lie from other crazy people? Now you gotta remember, this was early to mid 2000s where information was very hard to find. I had a revolutionary thought as I went through the past traumas and issues. I started to find an inner strength I didn't have before and a positive from the internal work that I was doing. I thought to myself, why am I acting like a victim? What if things happen for you rather than to you? A simple flip of perspective. From why is this happening to me to how can I overcome this and be better and in turn help others see what they don't see. I found a resolve and a strength that I never knew I had before. I found a new me that wasn't affected by the outside world. I became more anchored in my own reality as opposed to society's. I became more and more confident in myself and my own beliefs that something very sinister was going on in this world. That our leaders weren't for us, but rather against the people of the planet. Now fast forward 10 years to the year of 2020, and anyone with eyes to see and ears to hear know what's happening in this world. And if not, it'll continue to become more and more apparent as lies and government corruption and oppressive social constructs continue to fall, much like they did for me 15 years ago. I now see it was all a master plan for me, a plan that I signed up for before incarnating in this current body at this current time, to mold my soul to get me to the mental state that I am now. Now instead of wondering why me, why is this happening to me, I'm thankful for every trial and tribulation that comes, as I take it as a challenge to overcome and continue the growth of my own soul. What kind of God is this? Did he forget about us? God never forgot about us. It was I that was led to forget about him. One of the greatest tricks ever played on humanity. A simple change in that perspective changed my life. Because of the situation my soul and other souls helped me choose prior to this incarnation, it has led me to this very moment with the ability to help humanity better themselves and show that they are never alone. Your guides are always there to help. If you are willing to ask, be still, and just listen. The weight of the world can either crush you or turn you into a diamond. That choice is yours and yours alone. You now have a wealth of information at your fingertips. My best tip that I learned on my own so very long ago, before I ever heard of the man, and I'll quote him here because he deserves immense recognition. Wayne Dyer said, instead of asking why the world is doing this to me, ask why is the world doing this for me. Just that simple flip of perspective is all it takes to entirely change your life around and see the world through an entirely different lens. Just as I had when I realized that, and I realized that God never left me, it was I that left God. This was a little more personal than I'll get in other videos, but personally this is one I needed to get out. I hope someone was able to enjoy it and relate. There is light at the end of the tunnel, my friends. When you find it, never stop looking at it. This doesn't come from another person, place, or thing, for they can fail you. There is a purpose in life. That much I do know, even if it's just as simple as being happy and finding joy in yourself. Please stick around to the end for the outro and my own personal message to the world. If you found this useful and had an aha moment, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. My goal in this world is to help others understand what this reality is and how best to navigate it. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe, and find me on other social media platforms for more. Links and names in the description box below. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this coming up. Once again, this is Nick from Counter the Narrative, and until next time, be the change you wish to see in the world. God bless.
far planets, far-off suns. But precisely because of the obscurity of our world thus revealed, such a picture might be worth having. It had been well understood by the scientists and philosophers of classical antiquity that the Earth was a mere point in a vast, encompassing cosmos.